Ray, I know that both of us have had suffered from permits in the city, and I've recently made an announcement that I want to make these permits go faster. But it's people that shouldn't have had to inspire this change. But unfortunately, these are the examples. Can you tell us a little bit about all the problems you faced?
Yeah. There's so many that happened over the 13 months. It initially started with the zoning being changed. And we had no idea, so we had to do the development permit. And that development permit they say it takes 2 to 3 weeks. It was 16 weeks, just for that. And then we weren't allowed to start construction until the development permit is done.
Of course.
And then so it was just a nightmare, and they held us hostage over the payment to get that changed. So that was all done. We kept moving forward. And then the HVAC issues we ran into. They kept telling me that my smokers were a solid fuel source, even though they're electric. Right, and we put wood in to flavor the meat.
Right.
And the temperature never goes above 225 degrees, which flash point for wood is a lot higher than that. They said, no, it's a solid fuel source. You're cooking with solid fuel. I said, I put 8 ounces of wood in for a 17-hour smoke. So you're telling me that 8 ounces of wood cooks 12 brisket, right? They couldn't get their head around it. So nobody had ever actually showed up to the restaurant until about we're 11 months in.
Oh my God.
Right, and it was just a nightmare dealing with it. We were eventually granted a temporary license or a temporary pass, but we were waiting on fans, right? Which during COVID took forever to get parts. They showed up the day that the inspection was supposed to happen, and I was talking to level 1 that was supposed to come in and do the inspection. He kept telling me they're going to shut me down because it wasn't installed, and I lost my. This is crazy. We're open now. You're not shutting me down. We ended up calling the level 4 manager guy, and he says, well, I don't see a request for an extension. I said, we weren't even offered that. He says, I'll give you another 5 weeks. Just like that. But level 1 guy was grinding us, going to shut us down. Level 4 says, yeah, no problem. We'll give. So it was just
no consistency.
No, it was a nightmare dealing with these guys. Everything was just a nightmare dealing with the city. And I always said I would never open another restaurant in the city as long as I live. And
well, let's hope we can change that.